Hello and welcome back. In this video, I will be covering how you can stay motivated in the long term. And this method is going to be a lot better than just being disciplined. So before I get into it, make sure you click the three buttons down below, like, subscribe, and share the video. Show it to your family and friends, especially those who need a little kick in the arse, as they say. So I got this topic idea by watching one of Christian Thibodeau's Instagram posts. It really motivated me or inspired me to make this because he mentioned how discipline, it can only get you into the gym, but it's not going to lead you to put in enough effort. Similar to how we go about our daily lives and do our, regular habits out of discipline, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're putting 110% into every single thing that we're doing. So overall, motivation is going to be the X factor here. It's going to get you fired up mentally so that you can put in the quality of work that's needed in order to grow and reach your goals. So I have three ways here that are going to boost your motivation. Number one is most important, and that is find your why. And you got to make sure that it's a good one. Looking good or, other shallow reasons, those aren't going to be good enough. Maybe in the short term, they can get you fired up a few times, but consistently, day in, day out, for the years that are needed in order to get where you want to be, you're going to have to tie your lifting to something that gets you emotional, mentally stimulated to a greater degree. So I do have an extreme example here, and that's going to be, telling a relative of yours on their deathbed that you're going to become the world champ in whatever sport you're looking to excel in. Eddie Hall actually did this, I believe, and that's what gave him that will to, push his body to the limit for so long and just have that insane drive needed to become world class. Personally, I lift because I want to make my life better, and I view it as a way that I can improve the lives of others around me. I can use my experience to become a better coach, and that way I can teach others so they can have a more productive time spent in the gym. The part that really gets me fired up is, I mentally paired failure in my lifting career as something that would let everybody down. I kind of know it's not true. I know there's other great things about life and, people, that's not all they care about, but I had to mentally make this association. And that's something I think about when I'm in the gym and, feeling drained. I can just kind of think about that, how I really need to put it into overdrive so I can reach my goals and, be happy and have everyone else be happy. You just kind of got to tell yourself a little fairy tale. Moving on to number two, that's going to be track your progress. A lot of people are numbers and data driven. I know I'm one of them. That's why, I write down all my workouts on the pen and paper. What actually drove me to become a coach is the love of programming and how the different numbers and variables can all be mixed around in different ways and produce great results if you know how to manipulate those variables. The reason why it's important to track your progress, especially if you're one of these types of people, is because it's fun to see the numbers climb up over time. Makes lifting feel like a game, sort of, similar to how you level up your stats in an RPG game. So you want to make sure, you're tracking your weight, your reps, your sets, pretty much everything, sleep, even, at least the amount of calories you're eating. If not, use chronometer so you can track your micros too. I have papers of my weekly workouts going all the way back for several years. Sometimes I go back just, celebrate my wins along the way and see how far I've come since I started lifting again in late 2017. Now, if your main goal is muscle building or hypertrophy, you're going to want to make sure that you're tracking your measurements of, say your arms or your legs, calves, neck, whatever's pretty much all of them I would do. I do sometimes. I don't track my measurements religiously, but every month or every other month, I'll get out the measuring tape and see where I'm at. The reason why tracking these measurements is really important, especially for bodybuilders, it's going to help you see what is or isn't working within your programming and diet. Seeing the measurements go up is going to motivate you big time. Some other small tips: you can limit distractions. You want to stay mindful of the present moment around you, especially when you're doing activities that are, right in line, that are important with your goals. Reflect, look back, and be grateful on the progress that you've made so far, and also visualize success and what that looks like to you. But one more bonus tip is that you really want to take care of your brain. Make sure that you're making time for yourself and de-stressing, that you're sleeping well, eating well. Eggs and fish are very great foods. that give you sources of nutrients that your brain needs to function properly. You know, the brain, that's the powerhouse that controls everything. So if that isn't working right, then everything else to follow, all of your activities, they're going to be lacking. You're not going to be able to execute to the degree that is needed. So that's all I really had to cover on this topic. If you have anything to add into the conversation, make sure to drop a comment down below. Other than that, have a great day. Thank you.